Well, hello everyone. My name is Dara Rath and I'm the pastor at Faith Lutheran Church in Port Elgin, Ontario, Canada. Each week I bring you a story that takes about 5 minutes to watch, and this story is from a book called Flowers in the Wind by Robert Coos, and the name of the story is called Love and the Cabbie. Art Buchwald was an American humorist who died in 2007. One day he was riding in a taxi cab in New York City with his friend Pablo. When they got out of the cab, Pablo told the cab driver, "Thank you for the ride. You did a super job of driving this cab." Well, the cab driver was stunned for a moment and then replied, "And you are a wise guy or something?" "No," said Pablo, "I'm serious. I admire the way you keep cool in the heavy traffic. Not many cab drivers are able to do that. I'm glad I rode in your cab today." Well, the cab driver drove off. Art Buchwald asked his friend about the interchange, and Pablo replied, "I'm trying to bring love back to New York City. I believe it is the only thing that can save the city." Art told Pablo that though this was a noble thing, one man could not make such a difference. But Pablo disagreed. He pointed out that his compliments would not just affect one man. He pointed out by being nice to the cab driver, it perhaps made the cab driver's day brighter. If the cab driver was feeling better, he had 20 fares that day, he might be nicer to the people in the cab. And then those people in turn would be nicer to the employees or the shopkeepers or the waiters or even their families. Eventually, Pablo's goodwill toward the cab driver could spread to at least 1,000 people. When Art said, "Well, all that depends on the cab driver passing on your goodwill to others," and Pablo replied, "Maybe he won't. But if I say something nice to 10 people and only 3 pass it along, I can affect 3,000 people today in a positive way." Art turned to Pablo and said, "I think you're crazy." Pablo turned to Art and said, "That just shows you how cynical you have become." As they walked along the city streets, Pablo went out of his way to give a compliment to the mail carrier and some workmen who were sitting having their lunch. Art said, "I think you're wasting your time, Pablo." "On the contrary," replied Pablo, "when those workers digest my words, they'll feel better about what they are doing, and somehow the city will benefit." "But you can't do this alone," replied Art. "You're just one man." "True," replied Pablo, "but I plan on enlisting others in my campaign to spread love." As they continued to walk down the street, Pablo smiled warmly at a very plain-looking woman and gave a cheery hello. Art said to Pablo, "You just smiled and were polite to a very plain-looking woman." "Yes, I know," said Pablo. "Let's say she's a school teacher. Her class is going to be in for one fantastic day." Well, this is a terrific story because it shows us how vividly we can put love into practice in everyday life. And you don't have to go to the streets of New York. You can do it wherever you live, with whomever you meet. So just take a minute and think about the missed opportunities that you had today already to say something positive and to spread a little love around. Wow, let's do it. So thanks so much for taking 5 and spread the love around. Thanks for taking 5 and blessings on your day.